Let's begin. Chapter 5, Red Line. Write or die. I write to turn my feet from the cliff's edge, direct them to the safety of the town. Each word, a fence blocking me from the ledge. Each paragraph, a lasso on a frown. I write because I am so alive now. That didn't always used to be the case. Wanted to die, I just didn't know how to stay numb, to keep up a pretty face. I write because if I had to live it, it's clear now, I know how bad my life was, that I deserve to talk about damage. I'm evidence, I'm history, this blood. I write because finally I can speak. Let's see what kind of chaos I can wreak. Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to my younger self. She dissected life like a scientist. To mostly learn from books upon a shelf, so many socialization cues missed. Observing all the girls in the classroom, looking for how to act in the right way. Raised in the style of an institution, my life was about easing my mom's day. I parented myself, Kintsugi girl. I read the magazines of womanhood. Perfect shade of lip smackers, berry swirl. If you get kissed, you simply must taste good. To learn to be a woman is a trip. If you're lucky, hands catch you when you slip. Prophet. What is a prophet whose tongue cannot speak? Just wringing hands and visionary eye. You best let a good prophet say her piece. Her voice will be heard, she won't be denied. A prophet speaks so that she will not burst. Her silver toes are sprinting down the road. She can outrun crowds even at her worst. She gains more speed when she sets down her load. A woman so released cannot be held, perhaps by gentle hands, but not by chains. She will not cease preaching, she has to tell. A hurt kept secret only brings more pain. Oh, prophet, when is it your turn to rest? Do you know that you aced your final test? Thank you to everyone who just joined. These poems that I'm reading right now are sonnets from my upcoming collection called Give It a Home, which will be available for purchase very soon. Continuing on with chapter 5 from that collection. Excuse me. Understandable but wrong. My mother thought kids take care of parents. It's understandable, it was her life. When her mother gave birth to the youngest, the epidural left her paralyzed. My mother was the eldest, at 7. A fourth sibling, James, died along the way. 3 children still left outside of heaven. My mom tried to get them from day to day. She went with them into an orphanage until the court case settled with the docs. She never reckoned with all of her rage from stolen childhood tossed among the rocks. She thought that daughters take charge very young. It wasn't normal. I knew it was wrong. Confession. I have a confession to give today. There is no kneeler here. There is no priest. I grow so weary of unwanted weight. Please let me in. Let me attend the feast. The secrets that I wish to share are these. When I see parents who love their children out loud measurably in words and deeds, it broils me black with scalding red offense. I never got that love myself, you see. It's not that anything is going wrong. The good parents are fine. It's all just me. Went without validation for so long. I wish that I could be those little kids. Be comforted, be wanted, be like them. Teams. I've worked for many husband and wife teams. Bar owners tend to come in pairs like that. One sunny day, I noticed that it seems the wife always wears the cheerleader cap. She spreads the word so far and wide with ease. She tells the people, come see what he does. I always wonder when I see these queens. Does being support staff give them a buzz? He's just passionate, one brave wife explained, trying to make his outburst seem okay. My tongue was silent, but my look was pained. I quit that damn job the very next day. I have witnessed the husband and wife team. I did not see the wife pursue her dream. Crepe date. I got stood up today for a crepe date. I have to say, it didn't feel the best. I stood in chilly Boston wind to wait. Show up on time or early, the first test. I gave him 15 minutes past the hour to text or call or message anything. At quarter past, well, this girl hit the door. Come on, man, I'm not asking for a ring, just punctuality or courtesy. I know sometimes things really do come up, but your first impression on good pussy shows smart women exactly what is what. I got stood up today for a crepe date. Maybe some other fish will take the bait. Let us be stars. Oh, Lord, the tower's walking down the street. She's not concerned with us. Avert your eyes. Step lively now, her lightning's at your feet. At least your cape looks pretty as you fly. Oh, Lord, the red planet casts its shadow. The crown is struck, it tumbles to the ground. The fools, the kings, the popes, they all must go. The tower doesn't want those men around. Fierce lady sweeps her hand across the sky. She sprinkles flame like Salt Bay seasoned steak. Oh, Lord, how very limited our time. Yet mortality, never a mistake. The angry tower isn't in her prime. Let us be stars, drink deeply, so divine. The whites of your eyes. The whites of your sweet eyes, they contain lines. A folded map of sleepless nights and tears. So angry at the corners, inflamed fire, trails tracing to the iris from your fear. The colorful island remains untouched. It stands by as the blood swirls in the waves. It cannot help, it does not have enough. It has resources, but they must be saved. The angry lines retreat in surrender, to heal a quiet period of rest. Ask sweetly, death will go where you send her. Be careful, though, she will require a test. The whites of your eyes deserve to be clear. You'll be quite safe one day, kid, have no fear. Chapter 6, Crash. And for those just joining, this is from my upcoming book called Give It a Home. And as soon as that's available for purchase, you bet you're going to know about it. Here we go. Little girl. A little girl is meant to be kept safe, not patriarchally, but out of love. A soft, cozy shelter, a sweet, safe place. These are the hazy things that I dreamed of. A wee person, tiny hands, big feelings. A person who cannot care for herself. Remember with whom it is you're dealing. Young girls should not be forced to share their will. The sole appropriate touch is gentle. The only way to speak is quietly. The single option is kindness to her. Be careful, then trust breaks so easily. To be a little girl, a state of mind. It happens in strange places on timelines. Lock. I did not think that I was so complex, but when the men came, they beat me with fists. They sank to knees in frustration, bent necks. They did not think to make my dial twist. I never said that I would not explain, but not one of those men would let me speak. The way to open locks is not with pain, not by forcing the lock to think it's weak. The men could not make me comply, and so they told me that I must be defective. They pointed to the door, it's time to go, but they forgot that this is where I live. A lock that will not yield is not broken. Effortlessly, gentle hands can open. Mushroom cloud. The smoky cloud is hard to see at first. It could be anything, no need to fret. There's no good reason to assume the worst. It isn't time for us to worry yet. But when the cloud grows higher than the trees, when its lining seems to be all aflame. When you see the birds all rising to flee, you'll understand that life is not a game. The hypervigilant eyes are not here, ran hard at sight of burnt and blackened branch. The only ones left now have faced their fear, but only because they received a chance. Terror is not the only way to live. Baby, just let it drop on through the sieve. Shamestorm. A shamestorm is a certain type of beast. Best to tie the hair back, winds can come on strong. I see it blowing in hard from the east. I run to the cellar, I don't have long. 1,000 beating fists leave dents in steel. You're in trouble, no dinner, go to bed. Don't cry, I'll give you something bad to feel. Leave me alone or you'll wish you were dead. The shame will wrap its hands around my neck, convince me that I'm still breathing just fine. Then, once I exhale my hot final breath, shame daunts me like a suit goes for a drive. A shamestorm wants to make me a zombie. I'll keep my eyes sharp, I'll keep my mind free. Routine. I looked up, saw high, ragged walls of rut rising on all four sides of me enclosed. Above, no sky to be seen. Absent sun slept in that day, no warming, steady glow. I had 2 daggers handy in my pack. Earth grip, I aimed the blades down to the dirt. I hammered deep into walls, I attacked. Sometimes you have to do the thing that hurts. Hard fist through crumbling roof, I earned the air. Just one hand free at first, and then the rest. Sometimes the challenges just are not fair. That doesn't mean I get to skip the test. When scars fade completely, then comes the time to separate what's theirs and what is mine. For those just joining, these sonnets are from chapters 5 through 7 of my upcoming book called Give It a Home. Winter. What is your winter? Where does it call home? Does it live in a house or in a car? Can you sometimes feel it redden your nose at night outside as you look at the stars? A season doesn't ever last all year, not even deep blue frozen quietude. Keep licking at the melting edges, dear. Spring is running so hard and straight to you. The winter doesn't want your enmity, but then again, conquerors never will. Cold reaches for your wrist. Love, come with me. Do not be fooled. It goes in for the kill. A skyward oak was once an acorn furled. I will not let the winter have this girl. Ashes. Gray ashes go wherever they will please. The hearth is not home, just the starting place. They let go of their former life as trees, earned early retirement, they pulled their weight. They start as one thing, then dissolve and burn. At what point can they not reassemble? A final, lasting point of no return. Sail far away as long branches tremble. The humble dust, it moves most quietly. It enters through the locks and window frames. The guard dog raises its nose at the breeze, but ashes will evade. They know the game. Grandfather tree and father log concur. Their prodigal ash son does not deserve. Axis. I spent a long time learning x-axis, then equal time finding y-axis too. My limited knowledge of dimensions, as far as I knew, there were only 2. But then a fucking zigzag came my way. New information, what to do with it. I've learned it's best to take at least a day to stop, to breathe, to rest, to sit with it. Z-axis is a new move I don't know, though I'm told I'm allowed to go that way. It eases me into a kinder flow. It makes the hardest things in life okay. 3-dimensional movement is complex. I'm told best brace or else you'll break your neck. Sylph. The sylph, she moves through air the way we do, yet shake your confidence, she is not us. Her home is somewhere to our eyes, brand new. Your hands move straight through her, you are nonplussed. It's time for her to explain what she is. She leads you far into the darkened woods. I am the air itself, the windy kiss that makes the apples of your cheeks feel good. She knows the bark of every branch within, observant as they fall and cease their play. She sits with nurse logs as they grow saplings. She asks them how they feel inside that day. If you would make your home here in the trees, I'll give sweet death a call. She'll set you free. Chapter 7, Inner Peace or Bust. For those just joining, this is from my upcoming book titled Give It a Home. Blackened Wings. A dream outgrows itself, becomes the ground. It builds a home for seeds of coming dawn. A nightmare readies fists for the next round. This time it cannot win, the cards are drawn. Morpheus, boy of Hypnos, blackened wings. Clouds gather thick within me, you can't fly. So close but never quite there, guardian. Your daily office hours happen at night. A dream solidifies or drifts away. Each whisper interwoven spider silk. The leaf that's given time will greet the day. Sword shoulders for the warriors who knelt. A dream is an illusion till it's real. Don't look too carefully, just breathe and feel. Ladybug. A ladybug rides on my right shoulder. I notice it as I wait for the light. These days on the sidewalk, I feel bolder. To be seen by others, it feels so right. The ladybug saw me, it chose landing, chose stopping by, chose to come be with me. I wish I could set it into a ring, this tiny red and black gem, so pretty. I'd wear it with a beautiful new gown, a one-shoulder number tailored to kill. No fucking stilettos will bring me down. I'll wear flats because I'm paying the bill. A ladybug reminds me who I am. She knows all's going according to plan. Guts. Look at these guts. I think they've had enough. They did their time. They stayed so fucking brave. They look unkind, but these guts need some love. Just a sweet, gentle touch. Don't rearrange. Look at these guts. They shouldn't be outside, but if that has to be the state of things, then I'll take these guts with me on my ride. I'll love them if they're what I have to bring. Look at these guts, worked 24/7 to keep me safe from folks who meant me harm. They did their job, now I have my heaven. These days nobody gets to grab my arm. My guts are quite exhausted, time to rest. Each new day does not have to be a test. The loving ground. Someday I'll rest inside the loving ground, a weighted blanket, calming, soft release. But till that day, I'll make a joyful sound. I'll focus my efforts on finding peace. I did the math, and as it all adds up, so far I've spent about $10,000 on therapy copays. That's so damn much. The fact that I have access, mostly luck. It can't all be for nothing. It's my job to make the shitty past into something that makes me feel less like I got so robbed of safety, loving home, good family. Someday I'll rest inside the loving ground. For now, I think I'll fucking stick around. Aging. I'm watching myself age. I receive gifts, crow's feet, and sweet nasolabial folds. Never thought I'd get to see my face shift. Never thought I would see myself grow old. But my tree trunk rings stacked up all the same. To my astonishment, I stayed alive. I learned the secret rules to play the game, and now I teach the young ones to survive. Passage of time, something I will not fight. The body is just the fur coat of the soul. It shows some wear with time, but that's alright. It's gorgeous even with a couple holes. A new face, sort of, reflects back to me. Same green eyes, all new possibilities. Knees. I currently have 2 bruised, scabby knees. They ache each time I bend them, though I must. I took a spill, went flying in the breeze. The scabs will flake in time, this much I trust. To trip as an adult is to fall far. Mistakes have greater consequence with age. The sidewalk was uneven, went down hard. The pain filled me with blinding, childish rage. In that moment, I recalled who I am, a girl who heals and heals and heals again. I make a scarred body so fucking glam. I have no want for lovers nor for friends. The scabs, they come and go, and I remain. These days, the pleasure far outweighs the pain. Shoebox. A shoebox tucked away in a closet, buried deep in geologic layers of coats and shoes and cozy down blankets, tied tight with string and sealed with silent prayers. A tidy stack of images within, some curling yellow from an ancient time, still others sharp as a handsome man's grin. Lift up the box, brush off the flakes of grime, upend it, make a space for something new. Wipe out the dusty corners, make it clean. Fill up the box with pictures that feel true, new photos that explain just what I mean. The closet can be opened and aired out. I never again have to go without. King seed. People are loving me through my mistakes. They're rowing me along to kinder shores. They seem to think that I have what it takes. They know I won't break if they ask for more. People are showing me a sweeter way. They don't abandon me when I stumble. They see I'm imperfect, and that's okay. They understand how life laid me humble. People used to mean danger to my eye. I learned an early predator palate. I always wanted comfort in this life. Took me decades of errors to get it. People I've found can do all sorts of things. Each body contains the seed of a king. Folks. Folks are trying so hard and they mean well, especially the ones who seem to be a hammer designed just to ring your bell, an arrow aimed directly at your knee. Folks all do their damn best throughout the day. Sometimes they're on the spot, just like you, friend. Occasionally, people lose their way and find themselves in a social dead end. Folks are not grown just because they're grown up. Their height, their weight, their age don't mean a thing. Sometimes you're dealing with a little pup, a newcomer, their first time in the ring. Folks are evolution walking around. We try real hard, we end up in the ground. Cards. I asked the cards. They said, "Don't be afraid." I did not seek a second opinion. They spoke to me in 3 unique displays. They told me not to fear the coming win. The cards joined hands and voices, spoke as one. How much work will it take for you to feel like you contain enough good to be loved, like all the kindness you receive is real? Take off your spectacles and rub your eyes. What stands before you, unfamiliar, is not a threat. Now that is a surprise. Believe it, this one's all me, no filler. To be seen as a goddess, not as prey. I never fucking thought I'd see the day. Crow. A crow, deep violet in golden hour, dark crown upon a roughened concrete wall. The housing rises high, it's safe but dour. Windows with break-in bars won't let you fall. What does it even mean, necessity? That finish line, just shifting desert sands. A roof, 4 walls, a quiet place to sleep. Collections, spending just because you can. The crow turns beady eyes, it considers. I pause as well and breathe with little bird. I do not have much, but I'm not bitter. You cannot buy the way I have with words. No mother braids adorn my shining hair. I wove them all myself, no one was there. Break new ground. Came out as pansexual to my pal, the one who I tell important things to. He was so damn proud of me, and I felt like I could finally speak my own truth. He's gay himself, and he can't wait for Pride. He's gonna show me off, show me around. I always wondered why I'm not a bride, but now I get the chance to break new ground. I feel a heaviness leaving my spine. My face feels more like smiling by the hour. My body somehow feels much more like mine, a sweetness spreading where I was so sour. This summer just got more interesting. Let's see what open-mindedness will bring. Grumpy. Unleash the loudest thunder to ring out. Let rain fall heavy to the beaten earth. The birds will all still fly, they will not drown. The rabbits play in mud, they love the dirt. So sing it out, the time has come to pray. We kneel on mossy logs with lowered heads. We know the storm cannot rage hard all day. We love it when it lives and when it's dead. We rise again to our feet, and the sun sees us. She is reminded who she is. She sweeps away the storm, our joyful one. Yes, with our help, she has regained her gifts. Oh, sing your song, you grumpy thunder gods. We are so strong, we've never been at odds. Monochrome. The local park is lit in monochrome. Someone replaced the white streetlights with green. It's giving Great Gatsby vibes from the tone. I always thought that Daisy was so mean. The leaves cannot be real. They are so bright. My eyes mistook their glow for moon towers. A perfect medium wavelength of light, the green sets off the radiant flowers. I do not have to yearn from far away. I do not pine for what other hands hold. Much less a daisy, more a daisy may. My fingers never knew the touch of gold. The light at the end of my dock is lit. Let's see who rows across to be with it. So that was chapters 5 through 7 from my upcoming book, Give It a Home, which will be available on Barnes & Noble Press sometime very soon, as soon as I get the proof and approve it. So, TBD. Moving on, I have a few more poems. 2 of these I'm going to be reading tomorrow night at the Cantab Lounge in Cambridge, Massachusetts, if anybody in the Boston area is interested in hearing me and a bunch of other poets. So, these 2 poems are titled Lacuna and Cherry Almond. Lacuna. I'm done demanding answers from the world. My mother tongue can't help me clarify, nor can others, and so I keep mine furled. I learned the word lacuna late one night. My gender is unspeakable, it seems. I've yet to find the proper English word to tell the folks around me what it means to exist as this person in the world. I guess woman will have to serve for now, in place of some more appropriate name. Perhaps countries I know nothing about could lend the definition that I crave. I'm done demanding answers from the world. It hurts too much, but so does staying furled. Cherry Almond. My father had working hands. At the dinner table, I sat to his right, thought about my future, and made plans. Some nights, back in the days of dial-up, I noticed his palms, dry, red, cracking. I dashed to the bathroom, urged him to take care of his skin, and rubbed Juergen's cherry almond into his winter knuckles. One coat and all is forgiven. My father worked all his life. Recently, he was in hospice, unable to speak, but still recognizing me. I thought about he had made plans. I noticed his bald scalp peeling, so I grabbed some lotion from the bedside table, and I smoothed it over his dry spots, just like I had done when I was young, and he was not. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining this live session. I have one more poem for you. This last one is another free verse, and it's titled Your Body and Mine. I came up in a winter wolf pack. Back in the 80s, I was so angry to be born. There is no room for me here, I howled. There isn't enough space for me to expand into my full form. You dropped me into a wasteland. Winter in New England is no time or place for inexperienced hands. Could not understand the gift. Did not grasp how heavy even the best life hangs. Fought to accept the rift and let it grow. Wolves are supposed to be social, but I felt safer alone. Ran away to find my own territory. Finally gave up control. Anyone else here ever lived the same story? I bet somebody in this room knows. Witness the winter wolf pack. I was stuck with a broken alpha. No guidance, just bites. No predicting what's wrong or right. Just surviving each day, then somehow finding a way to sleep at night, to rest and ready for the next attack, the next drive-by, the next fight. I fled from the fray. I crept away. I made no sound in the night. I said no goodbye. Closure is for other, sweeter wolves, while I was just doing what I had to do not to die. I ran from my inheritance, a black hole sucking everything inside. Deep winter makes a wolf pack strange. You would not believe how much magic it takes, and by magic I mean hard work for longer than you would believe, to trust that not all other wolves mean danger, and to welcome others like me into my den to sleep. I did not think this body would be something I would keep. I wasn't sure I would ever get all of the guts out of my sharpened teeth. But look at me now. I wish this feeling for each of you. More alive is so much more loud than any of the nasty shit I've been through. I ran hard from circumstance and I got my wolf ass out. No more fumbling in the cold and groping in the dark. My new and better life is true. The rain came down hard as I wrote these lines. May there be peace in your body and mine. Thank you so much to everyone who joined today. If you live in Boston, I hope to see you at the Can Tab tomorrow night. And if not, then thanks so much for joining from afar. Have a great afternoon. Bye.